Hi there, Let's Talk Sports fans. Thanks for tuning in.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great LTS show. I am your host, Bodkins. What is up? It is a nice Thursday. We got Minnesota and Denver playing on right now. T-Wolves have opened up this game, trying to get it going, trying to force a game 7 as Denver is up 3-2. They are up 29-11. T-Wolves opened up the first quarter here. They're on a 27-2 run. So, Denver just answered back. So we got that going on. We got Knicks. We'll talk Knicks here in just a little bit. But the NBA, it is just, so we'll talk a little bit of that. Obviously, the NFL schedule is released. Now, there is one esteemed member of this panel that loves the NFL release. And it's funny because I don't fucking care. And it's just me and him holding down the fort tonight. But I don't care about the schedule release. I really don't. The only thing I like about the schedule release is watching all the different teams and how they announce their schedule. That part's cool. The social media part's cool, so I dig it. But I don't really fucking care to talk about a game, and I don't care that who we're playing, who Green Bay's playing, week 18, week 16, week 15, week 12. I could give a fuck less. I mean, I don't care about a goddamn game in December in fucking May because a lot can happen. And everybody's going to be like, well, this team is going to go. You're going to tell me this in April that this team is going to fucking finish 10-6. Now we all make predictions, and I'll make predictions as we get closer. But I'm not going to look at the schedule and be like, that's a loss in December. You don't know that because last year we thought the Jets were going to be good, and then Aaron Rodgers blows out his Achilles in 4 weeks in, or in 4 plays in. So you don't know shit about fuck until it gets closer. So it doesn't really mark anything for me. I know it does for a lot of people. I get it, but I just don't care. I'd rather talk about other things. But we will obviously talk about the NFL schedule. Will be somewhat NFL heavy, really, because Sam is, I love him to death, but that's his. I try to, when it's just me and him on the show, I even tell him, hey, I try to put it in his ballpark. We stay there because it just makes the conversation, carry. Because as much as I love Sam, he's a new NBA fan. He watches a little bit, but we try to dive into his NFL knowledge, what he loves, and we'll talk a lot about that. We'll talk about the playoffs, and then I think we're going to do a rankings. Maybe we won't know till the NFL scripts leaked, right, Randall's? Exactly. So I just don't really care about the schedule stuff like that shit. I just don't. It is what it is. I mean, call me a hater, call me a grumpy old bastard, whatever you want to call me. As far as that, this guy called me in our text chain, said I was grumpy. I'm not grumpy, Sam. Welcome to the show, Mr. First Down.
Hey, how you doing, bud? Oh man, this crowd.
That's where you Timberwolves yourself.
Crowd. I'm sorry.
It's rugged.
Yeah, it's. I love all the white and everything. It's beautiful. Oh man,
they are fine right now. They are rolling.
Yeah, no, I tell you about it. I hope you're doing well. The draft day. I will say this about the schedule. I love seeing the quarterly, like how many of the division games am I going to be played there. That's usually what I care about. So far, I'm going. Hey, what's up, man cave? So far, they have once again smashed almost every single division game right at the end of the season. So all of us get to play each other towards the end.
To me, that makes sense though. You want your most meaningful games towards the end of the year. You know what I mean? Because those games matter.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it. It's just I don't know. It makes perfect sense. I personally prefer them sprinkled throughout the schedule. once a month or something like that. I'd be much happier with that. But other than that, Nick, I want the freaking Pacers to beat the Knicks, and they don't seem to want to for whatever reason. And I found out I'm supposed to hate the Knicks, so I hate them. And what's the other line here? Oh, yeah. The refs gave them game one. It's their fault and blah, 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 blah. There. I'm officially a Pacers fan. Yeah. So,
Man Cave, I was getting ready to say the same thing. Steelers, they got fucked over harder than Debbie does Dallas in the last 2 months of their schedule.
Wow. Your reference. Yeah. So pleasing. Wow.
So, I mean, it's true. I don't know if you've seen the Steelers. We'll get back to the Pacers, but to mention the Steelers, did you see their schedule? Their last 2 months is all their division games, and then you got sprinkled in there with the Chiefs, Bills, and Eagles or something. It's just wild.
It does not look like a fun schedule. I saw my my Steeler fans at work, and they were not happy about the schedule predominantly. I was kind of shocked by that. I thought they'd be and that's why what typical Steeler fan, right? Or that's why we're going to do this and that. And then they saw that schedule and they're like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So
they still got Mike Tomlin. They'll figure it out. I mean, Mike Tomlin, the Steelers play their best football at the end of the year, it feels like. So, right. I think the NFL was like, okay, we got to make this. I think because the thing of it, and I don't know, this is just me spitballing, but they look in, who knows, because somebody does the schedule, and I don't know, they probably aren't supposed to take factors into consideration, right? But it seems like the last 3-4 years, the Tomlin's never had a losing season, has been playing and playing out.
Betty.
The NFL was like, okay, we're going to try to make sure that he does have at least one. You know what I mean? So,
hi, Alan.
Alan. Yeah, Browns Steelers first 5 weeks. The Cowboys do.
That's right. That AFC North division is always such a tough.
Oh, the whole division. I think it's the toughest division in football. I've said that.
I agree.
Before, I don't. Right now, as I sit, you know what I mean. Things will change, but as the games get played, but. Speaking of the games, I want to get back to the Pacers. They lose last night to the Brunson is just cooking. Kudos to Tibbs. Changed it up. Let Brunson cook. Changed up how they're doing things and got the matchup for Brunson to cook. And they win game 5. Back to Indiana. I believe is it tomorrow?
Yeah,
for game
tomorrow they're back to Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah. So game 6. For Indiana tomorrow. Neither team's home team serves, Sam, so you got to feel pretty good about game 6 in Indy.
I do. I just felt like they just got – once again, I commended them to stop getting bullied in, the game before this one. I don't remember which one we're at, game 3, game 4. 4. And then they go out there and they get bullied again. And I'm just like, geez, guys, are we just unable to turn it on? That's what's going to keep us. We all know.
And then they get chippy.
Yeah.
With the Knicks, right? They start pushing. Turner starts pushing DiVincenzo, and you use some of that injury. Hey, man, if if you're going to get mad, and you're trying to be tough, you got to be tough when it matters in between the lines.
Yeah, it just came off as we are not mentally ready for this game, and it's a huge shame. It's a huge shame. I really hope they can get through this next 2 games and make it, but you would think that with all the injuries to the Knicks that they would, but just that behavior last game and just how they played, I was just rolling my eyes. Of course, this is how it's all going to go down when I jump on board. Everybody turns into a teenage child out there and starts shoving on each other. Give me a break. Anyway, but no, look, you got game 6. You should win that, and then you've got to get ready for the tough one. And I mean, it's the same thing in every sport, right? Your guys got to step up. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. All those guys out there should be held accountable. Not just I always get tired.
I said when we made the picks, I said I got Knicks in 7. And the Knicks have not clinched a playoff series at home since 1995. So, if the Pacers win Game 6 tomorrow night, that very well could be in play.
Yeah, no, it very well could be.
And the Nuggets can't buy a bucket,
no,
right now.
It's just so disappointing. But this is his first year watching the NBA. Maybe this is something that's supposed to happen. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter because nobody's beating the Nuggets anyway. I mean, maybe the Wolves will beat them.
Right now the T-Wolves can force a Game 7. Last night Boston handles business late. That game was close up until about four minutes left. The Cavs sat everybody, pretty much succeeding. Hey, it's over for us.
It's over.
But Boston, to me, and I said this in our group chat, is they're a bridesmaid they're always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Like, when are they going to win this damn thing? And in their hope, they got to hope, just like everybody else, that the Wolves can beat the Nuggets here, because I don't think they match up well with the Nuggets. Now, if Porzingis comes back, I'd give Boston, a game or two. They could probably get it to 6, I would think. But nonetheless, they're back in the Eastern Conference Finals, and it's a series they should win. But we said that last year. They lost to the Heat.
Yep.
They've lost.
They underestimated the Heat last year. That's what killed them. They underestimated him by a mile.
Yeah. I feel like they've been here before, and they should win, but man, they should have beat the Cavs last night by 20, running away with it. And they just, seems like they just can't ever, it takes a while, or they just can't get it going. And maybe when Porzingis comes back, they'll kind of get back to that, because they're a little bit different team with him out there. But who knows when he'll come back, or if he'll come back.
Yeah, no, all of the above. Yeah, the Celtics always, like you said, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. I think the thing about, I don't know, just for my small time in the NBA Twitter sphere or whatnot, the Celtics fans think they're entitled to something. And I know there's a great history of greatness and championships and stuff there, but it's been a little while. Okay, it's been a little while.
Yeah,
so
I mean, really, if you think about it, their heyday was the 60s and 70s, when, plumbers and electricians were playing basketball. When the league wasn't as good as it is today. They haven't won a title since beat Kobe the first time. I think that was 2008, maybe 2007. So somewhere around there, 07, 08. I can't quite remember. I remember where I was, but I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was 07, because I think the Lakers won back-to-back in 08 and 09. So there's that. Nonetheless, the Celtics so they haven't won in almost 20 plus years. We're getting to 20 years here, and that's a rarity. Obviously they won a few in the 80s with Larry Bird and that bunch, but this team, and they just keep getting there and they keep falling short, whether it's the Eastern Conference Finals. They did make the finals a couple years ago against the Celtics, and they lost, or not but the Warriors, and they lost in that series in 6 games, and they probably should have won that series, so here we are. They're back again.
The should have won, and then you didn't win. That always hurts.
On paper, they've been the better. On paper, they're usually the better team. Now, I think if they got matched up against Denver, I don't think anybody would. You know what I mean? That probably not a knock if you lose to Denver.
Nobody's.
If Denver and them get that far.
Denver's going to win. It's hard to see. It's hard to see anything otherwise. My limited knowledge has showed me that Denver is going to win this thing again, and I just don't.
Well, I said this before. The team that matches up best with them is the Timberwolves, and the Wolves are down 3-2, but they're winning this game right now. But it's not even halftime, and Denver's already got it to 11.
They're chipping away at it. Yeah, keep chipping.
Yeah, it's a long game to go.
I am curious if do you still want to do the list tonight, or do you want? I've got 5, so
we can just talk about it. We'll just talk about it here.
That's perfectly fine. Whatever we want to do. If you don't like the schedule release for sure, but like, do you ever circle a game on the calendar at all? Is there a game you're like,
every game?
No,
I mean, obviously the Bears games are always somewhat like, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't look at it. I don't circle and be like, oh, week 5 we play the Bears. Nah, like I'm a chess player. I'm a checkers player, not a chess player. So I'm a week to week, one day at a time type person.
Nothing wrong with that.
Kudos. Yeah, I'm a checkers player, not a chess player. That's just the way my brain operates. And so I can't look at like, I just look at it. Week 1, we play the Eagles in Brazil. I couldn't tell you. I think week 2, I don't know who we play. I know week 3 we're in Tennessee because me and you talked about it. But then after that, week 4, I'll look at week 3. After week 3, I'll look at week 4 and be like, oh shit, it's Bears week. I might look at 2 weeks at a time. You know what I mean? Just like, can we do this or not? But I don't look at it. Yeah, I know we got San Francisco. Alan, they didn't do us any favors. We got the 49ers and then turn around and play the Dolphins in a 4-day span after the bye week. So,
ooh, yikes! I don't like that at all. Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't. The NFL. What do you make of the NFL putting it on all these different platforms? We got games Christmas Day on Netflix. We got games on Prime. We got games on the Cock. We got games on Hulu or whatever. You know what I mean? Your regular ass.
Yeah. No, it stinks. It totally stinks.
And then if you want to buy YouTube for the Sunday ticket, that's an extra, amount of money. Yeah, with the Red Zone channel and everything else.
Yep. Like looking at it, I think it's just utterly ridiculous. I mean, I think football should be available to everybody. There should be a game on.
Yeah.
Everywhere, but they don't want to play that game. They want to make more moolah because Lord knows they're just going broke up there in NFL land.
Yeah, so it's all about TV and network money, right? Like we know that. It was just something simple when you was a kid, right? Like when we were growing up, they had just started the Thursday night games. Like I remember when that was like a big deal. We weren't getting them every week, so it was a big deal to have just the Thursday night games. And then it's now, and then you just got and that was the thing. You got your local teams on Sunday. You had especially the noon games where there was always 2 noon games you could tune into. Usually one AFC, one NFC, local. And then you had like the prime time 4:00 game that everybody kind of got for the most part. And then you had the Monday night game, the Sunday night game, and the Monday night game. And the Sunday night game, I always loved, and when it was on ESPN, because we would watch prime time and ESPN, prime time with Boomer, and then that led right into Sunday night, and then you had Monday Night Football on. At that time, I think it was ABC, for the most part. So. And now it's hopefully, you know what I mean, you can find all the games, but like now you got to fucking turn it into Prime. It'll be interesting who's doing the Netflix, like call wise, and how that production is going to look like compared to everybody else.
Yeah, I know I'm curious about Netflix and the streaming thing. That's usually not their live streaming is usually not their cup of tea. But they've been putting a lot of money.
I mean, it worked for the Brady host, the Brady. You know what I mean? That was live streamed. Yeah. But so, like, what I want to know for Netflix, like, everything in the Brady roast is still on there. So, like, for the football games, is that going to still be on there like a week or 2 later? Like, I don't know who's going to watch that shit. Like, I can't watch. I'm not a guy. I can never be the person that goes back and watches a game I already know the results to. I do a little bit with UFC fights because I feel like just to watch that viral knockout a couple times or things that led up to it. But a whole ass football game or basketball game, I struggle with.
I can't go back and watch it. I'll watch certain highlights of it if there was a crazy catch or anything like that. But I mean, I really don't have to because it's going to be flashing on Twitter. It's going to be flashing on YouTube. All these things. But it's another ridiculous thing that we have to do. Capitalism run amok, right? I think somebody said. So it's like we're going to charge for everything, and it's just kind of crazy. I just wish everything was just back on TV, and maybe that's the young Sam that cable. Right? Maybe that's young Sam sitting in front of his RCA television, Indian style, watching football, talking. But I'm just saying, this whole streaming thing and the games going everywhere is just utterly ridiculous. I mean, what are you really going to
Fox and CBS, right? For the most part, like Fox, and like just you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, let me watch my football in peace, or let me sit down with my dad and watch the game or whatever like that and stuff. But there's nothing you can really do. People are gonna, because everybody's hurting for money all of a sudden, so we have to have this and that and blah blah blah. So it's just nuts.
Sam, I thought it would be interesting. We'll play the schedule game. We'll play ESPN pundits here, and let's just look at not look at the schedule. We can just do the first few weeks here. Okay. But let's look at don't pick your team's game, but just pick a game other than maybe not even a primetime game that you're like, ooh, I do want to sit down, and that's kind of television for me.
Well, I don't
so
like
I'm looking
that. I don't like that it's in Brazil, but I am going to watch that game to see what show they put on in Brazil. Does that make sense? I want to see what they do.
Yeah,
the
Packers Eagles game. Yeah.
I want to see
that's on Friday. So the line, by the way, for this game, the Eagles are in that one by -1.5. I'm looking here week 1. I'm actually interested in a couple of these matchups, but if I had to circle one that I'm most intrigued by, I would say to me that Steelers-Falcons week 1. In Atlanta, you get Russ Wilson, coming with the Steelers. You got Kirk Cousins with the Falcons. The Falcons are, new coach and Raheem Morris with the Falcons. What's it going to look like? Your guy Arthur Smith. That's our Artie Smith revenge game, week 1. It's the OC of the Steelers coming out. Ooh, Minnesota up 48-24 with 4 minutes to go here.
They're putting on a show. Minnesota has come to play.
Yeah, they're trying to push Game 7.
Yeah, totally.
The Game 7 will be back in Minnesota, I believe, on Sunday. So there's that. Might be Saturday. I don't know. I think it's Sunday though.
Rock on. I'm trying to find the whole schedule. I got preseasons everywhere. I want the real one.
If you go to if you go to the ESPN app is what I look at.
Oh, is what you got? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you can go to week 2.
Steelers Falcons is intriguing. I mean, a lot of these are like the Seahawks Broncos. I'm kind of curious about where the Broncos are and where the Seahawks are. Just from what are they going to do? No Pete Carroll there, a whole new coach, a regime.
Yeah, Broncos. Bo Nix could be the starter for the Broncos.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. I'm kind of curious to see that. I'm staying away from my own game because I have no idea.
Stay away from your own team and just or maybe stay away kind of from the primetime games is what I was trying to say.
Right. No, I got you. I'm somewhere between the Broncos and Seahawks and the Patriots and Bengals personally. I'm curious, does Joe Burrow come back? Everything's all fine and dandy. Does he just keep marching along like everything's okay? Gerard Mayo's the coach of the Patriots now. who's their quarterback? Is it Jacoby Brissett or is it Drake May? Can they afford to have Drake May? Like, do it, or they're going to sit him down? You guys like me who can't afford ESPN and can't watch Monday Night Football, which we have Monday night games this year. Oh, well, good for you.
Alan, do yourself a favor. Go on Twitter and get hold of G's burner. Get yourself a jailbroke Fire Stick for about $100.
That's right.
Then you'll be set. So you'll have all the games, every sport, every movie, everything you need. I
hope you do crush the Eagles. I will laugh.
I don't like the fact we got to play in fucking Brazil.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine you're not. Thank you. I appreciate that. We appreciate you, Peak One Sports Network.
We do.
Well, we do. I swiped too far.
Let's look at week 2.
Where's week 2?
Week 2.
Gotcha. Bills and Dolphins are always a watch for me. The Bills have a weird time with the Dolphins for whatever reason. Joe and every other year player, so this might be an okay year for him. Oh, okay. Thank you, Bo. I saw nobody was fighting on your show. Is everything okay now? Everything cool?
Joe who? Joe who's he talking about?
He's talking about Joe Burrow. Joey Burrow, your boy.
You don't talk bad about my guy Joe Burrow.
I didn't talk bad about him, man. I'm just saying I'm curious what it was.
I was talking about my guy Joe.
Okay. Hey, it's gonna be all right.
Say that fast.
Yeah, boy Joe.
Germany. Well, we're still paying back the Germans for World War II, Alan. So we decided, we couldn't hit you with the, the A-bomb. So we hit you with the Giants Panthers.
Everyone is good. That's good to know, Bo. Though that was some fun. That was some fun streaming for me on my break at work. I enjoyed that. Week 2, I want Buccaneers Lions. I want a repeat of that playoff game. I got tight.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I was looking at that too. Bengals Chiefs is a big one too. Joe Burrow versus Patty Mahomes. Since you said Bucks Lions, I like Bengals. That matchup's always fun. Those are a couple teams that are always been meeting. What they meet in, like 3 straight AFC Championship games, I believe, or 2 straight or 3 straight.
I think it's 2 straight. I don't remember them making it a third time. I don't.
It was 2 straight. You're right. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. We get to week 3.
Let's see. Week 3 is kind of interesting. Let's see. Chargers and Steelers, I think, would be my pick. We're going to see where we're in week 3, so we've had 2 games under our belt. Where are the Steelers at? Where are the Chargers at under Harbaugh? Is Harbaugh going to come in and make an immediate impact? Is he not? Is it going to take him time to get his guys in place? All that's the question with me when it comes to the Chargers. But that would be my pick for week 3. God, 52 to 30.
Monday night. Can we get rid of this too? The 2 Monday night.
Oh, I hate it.
They're putting it on them. Can we get rid of the 2? We got 2 on week 3, one at 6:30 and 7:15. They're playing at the same fucking time. We don't need that. Get it out. Get it out.
Yeah,
Get it
out.
I
don't like it. I want more. I want my football stretched out. I don't like it.
Week 3. I was gonna say it's weird. I'm intrigued by the Bears Colts matchup. We've already had 2 games with Caleb Williams. How's AR-15 playing with Indy? I believe Eberflus used to be, wasn't he a defensive? He used to coach at Indy.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 years
right
ago.
Under a different coach. Who was the coach? Oh, he was under
he was under the
Frank Reich.
weird guy. Yeah, Frank Reich. That's right. Yes.
Frank Reich.
That's exactly who he was under. Let's see. That was week 3. 4.
Week 4.
Yeah, week 4. I don't like any of these, but I'm going to go Bills Ravens. I think, just from the standpoint, I think the Bills are going to have a hard time this year. I'm not saying they're going to be terrible, but I don't think they're going to win as many games as they're used to. Partly because they ran into that wall called the salary cap that nobody believes exists, but it's real. The Ravens, the Bills and Ravens, that should be an interesting matchup. The Ravens are going to want that one bad. The Bills are going to want that one bad because they want to still show that they're top dogs. By the way, AR, is he playing the whole season or we're going to see Flacco? I think we're going to see Flacco.
If AR is healthy, he's going to play the whole season, but healthy. If he played like he did last year, he was beat up every third play, it felt like.
Yeah, it was very much like I'm just going to throw my head into this blender real quick and then, try to do something. Don't do that. But I imagine we will see Flacco sometime this year. I don't know when.
I would probably agree with that. It'll be interesting, how he plays and what he does. I was going to say the matchup I'm actually intrigued week 4 here. Jaguars Texans.
Yeah, good division game.
I'm really interested. Yeah, I'm interested. Right, we have been. To me, when I saw, I'll never forget when Trevor Lawrence beat Alabama in that national championship game. I thought he was the second coming of fucking Joe Montana or somebody like that. I was like, holy shit, this kid is so fucking good because what he was doing to Alabama's defense, way he was putting the ball in spots, tight windows. I said, he's only going to get better. You know what I mean? He's only going to go to the pros and get better. Sunshine having ass. I thought he was going to be so. I thought he was going to be so good, and he's fallen off.
Yeah,
I actually read. I think I might have shared this in one of our group chats, and I'll share it here real quick. I saw this.
You did. You said what happened to my boy Trevor.
Yeah. Let me find it here.
God dang Botkins. Where's that accent from? It's Midwest, baby. He's a boy.
I appreciate it, MMA BG. I'm sure you do got an accent. I've actually asked you to come on the podcast before, so please do so on the MMA show or even on my Sunday sit-down special. West kid at heart, but I've been told I don't even have really like a Missouri accent is where I'm from, but I definitely have talking. The more I drink, the more accent I typically kind of have. Where the fuck is the stat at?
I don't appear to have a Southern accent, but yet when I leave my state, everybody seems to know that I'm from the South. So I must.
Yeah, you don't really have that Southern drawl. You
no,
don't have.
I
would say you don't have a.
A lot of people in my family don't even. So, but if I leave the state, man, I was up in Detroit. You from the South, and it was like, okay, yeah. How'd you know that? But if
you were like also having Tennessee gear on, so that's a good giveaway. All right, so here's the back to the Tennessee, back to Trevor Lawrence and we're talking about Trevor Lawrence. So when he beat Alabama, I thought he was going to be the fucking dude. So here it is. So first of all, they're talking. We'll get. Hold on, let me hold that thought, Alan. We'll get there in just a second. It's crazy that Trevor Lawrence is going to get a $200-300 million extension. But here's this compared to Gardner Minshew, the guy he replaced. Minshew's two seasons as a starter. This is Trevor Lawrence's 3 seasons as a starter. Passing touchdowns. Minshew has 59. Lawrence has 58. Interceptions. Minshew has 24. Lawrence has 39. QB rating. Minshew has 90.2. Passer rating is 85. Games. Minshew's got Minshew's played 49 games, and T-Law's played 50 games. So their first 50 games of the season are identical. And if I would have told you this offseason, Sam, the Raiders got Trevor Lawrence, you would have said what?
I would have said makes sense because I've never been a Trevor Lawrence fan. I
would have said, holy shit. But you would have thought that's a big move, though, right? Like, big move?
Yeah, no,
yes,
that would be a big move. It's just like, okay, so they're going to say they're going to try to make their way through this division with Patrick Mahomes and, Herbert and whatnot. But then they have Minshew. Remember, they're the ones with Minshew now.
Yeah, but then it's like, but when the Raiders signed up Minshew, it was like, that's interesting. They'll probably quarterback for him to compete with, right? But we would have not have said that had they went out and Lawrence. That's what I'm saying. It's like Trevor Lawrence, like people still remember this kid at Clemson, and he just hasn't ever improved off of that. And we're still waiting. So that goes back to to turn it back to full circle is the that Texans game I was talking about in week 4 is like you're thinking CJ Stroud is gonna decrease a little bit. There's nothing that tells me he will. I think he's only going to get better. They put better talent around him this year. I think the Texans are going to be really good, and that's going to be – I think that's their division, where the Jacksonville Jaguars, that should have been their division last year, and it fell off. So it'll be interesting. That's why that matchup intrigues me.
All they had to do was beat my injury-riddled, terrible team the last game of the season, and they couldn't do it.
And it
wasn't –
yeah.
And it's – I think that's the biggest indictment of him, though, because the thing that flashes through my mind, it's like a 4th and 2, and he tries to throw it up the sideline. And it's just like you can't make that throw. Just get the easy first down and keep going. And they just –
no doubt.
We were horrible, and they just played right into our hands and made it easy. And that was, that was fun for me, but at the same time, if I thought, man, if I was a Jaguars fan right now, I'd be absolutely sick. Just absolutely just devastated. Whew. But, man,
yeah.
I feel you. I mean, look, these guys draft. They come into these teams like the Browns and the Jaguars, and they think something's going to happen and everything's going to get dug out of the dirt. But
underestimated. You know what I mean? Like you go in thinking you're supposed to be somebody, and you fall short.
It's just years and years of it, right? Because I've seen guys like Blake Bortles. I've seen guys like
I don't think Blake Bortles wasn't the guy that didn't have nowhere near the hype that Trevor Lawrence has.
No, you're right.
59.
No, you're absolutely right.
They're up by 19 points. The T-Wolves are at halftime.
Yeah, geez, they want to win it. But back to Alan's question. Are the Giants where
I said this. Their uniform looks like the cheap, like when you tell your mom you want a Tommy Hilfiger sweatshirt, and she goes to like Goodwill or someplace, the off-brand store and finds the off-brand Tommy Hilfiger shirt. That's what their uniform look like. Like you order it from Wish.com, Tommy Hilfiger.
I called it.
Have you seen their jerseys, Sam?
Yeah, I called it the Land's End version of jerseys, right? It's always guys in sweaters and stuff that are like weird. It's just that's what it kind of looks like to me. Or a fraternity sweater. They're like Sigma Phi Alpha. Yeah, something along those lines.
Remember what was Shane McMahon like his clique when he was the Mean Street Posse?
Yeah, Mean Street Posse. Mean Street Posse.
Like his fraternity brothers. That's something they would fucking wear.
Yeah, it's I don't like it, it's atrocious. This is as bad as the Packers gray unis with the yellow dot on them, and the
they were like dark blue. They were like dark blue. They were almost like your Pacer jersey.
Oh yeah. Man, those were atrocious, and so were the Steelers. Bumblebee.
The Bumblebee. Yeah, those were fucking awful.
Yuck, ugly things that nobody wanted to see in the first place, and we're still here watching it. And now we're doing it in baseball, right? The City Connect shirts and everything. It's like, oh my god.
Some of the City Connects are cool, but some of them are not. It's the Michigan helmet with the Steelers bubble. Yeah, I get it. Rob. What a game this has been so far. The Wolves are taking it to the defending champions. Well, it looks like anything's possible. We got a whole second half. If you're the Nuggets, you just go in saying, hey, by the fourth quarter, we got to be within 10, and so. You know what I mean? Cut it to 10.
Right.
By the fourth. You know what I mean? If you got it to 10 within the fourth, you probably got some momentum. So it'll be interesting.
They're at 40. They're down 19. It was way worse earlier. So, yeah. They'll get it back. I'm looking at week 5 now. I do like the Packers versus Rams, but I'll stay away from it. Man.
Ravens, Bengals, I mean, right? Like
AFC North division game. I hope it's on at night, and I want to watch it. Like, which streaming service
Sunday
is that
game? Now it's a Sunday noon.
Do I have to sign up for to actually watch it? But what do I have to? Do I have to watch the cock? Do I need to watch the cock? Anyway, but
Sam, you know you love to watch the cock, no matter what.
I mean, I gave you my password.
You're doing
you apparently a lot of people want to watch the cock, but anyway, I'm going to look at that Texans. There's a Texans Patriots game October 13th, and depending on where the Patriots are, that could be really interesting.
We did talk about that at the very top a little bit. I said the Steelers got fucked harder than Debbie did when she went down to Dallas their last 2 months of the season. Man, a lot of people just, teams. I feel like the Steelers, the Packers have a schedule like they're playing the Dolphins and the 49ers in a span of 4 days. Yeah, I think that's week 3, Alan. I believe Williams versus Daniels. That'll be interesting.
Huh?
Yeah, Sam does. He does. He does love the cock.
Anyway, but the the Daniels versus Williams will be intriguing for sure. I forgot that Washington had a football team. Sorry. Anyway, but that they actually have a
people in Washington forgot they had a football team.
Yeah, the Washington
Sam,
football team.
I do want to talk about something real quick, and while we're talking football, this Harrison Butker situation. Look, I don't agree with what he said. I believe first of all, this is my view on the world. I don't agree with what Butker said. Like, I believe women can do whatever the hell they want to do. Everybody in the world has the right to do what they want to fucking do. I firmly believe in that. So I don't agree with what Butker said. Like, I don't believe women should have to stay in the fucking kitchen or whatever. Do what you want to do, women. Yeah, exactly. That's my opinion. Butker has his opinion, and I don't agree. Okay, and it's okay that he doesn't agree with people who are so fucking outraged by what he fucking said and are asking to get this guy fucking fired and sign some. Like, I've seen people sign a petition to have him fired. Like, no, it's freedom of speech. People get fucking used to it. Stay in your lane. Why do you fucking care what he fucking thinks or says on a microphone? It doesn't fucking bother. If you are a woman and you say, I don't like that, or a man who's like, I don't like that, that's okay. You have the right to say, I don't fucking like it, but just go on about your business. Nobody's saying there is no law or a rule that says you have to fucking kitchen. Go get your fucking degrees, go get great jobs and do great fucking things in the world because you have to do so. But don't say, hey, we should fire this guy. He's fired from his fucking job because he thinks way. That's just as dumb as him thinking that you should be staying in the fucking kitchen. It's all right. It's all stupid. Stay in your lane. Let people be people. Let people think. And it's okay that people disagree. If we all thought the same, by God, the world would be fucking boring. It's okay that we think differently. It's okay, folks. And it's okay that you disagree.
Yeah, we got to be outraged about something, and it's totally ridiculous. There are way bigger things going on in the world than what Harrison Butker said at a commencement speech. There's 8 million more things.
At a religious, I believe it was at a religious college too. So there's that. You know what I mean? So like, take that as you know what I mean. So yeah, there's no petition that there's no law that they can't sign the petition. I'm just saying, let them sign the dumb piece. I agree. But I just don't see that. Like, why are you getting upset of what he said? So fucking what? What effect does it have you? Nothing. Just go on about your business. Let him think. If he wants to say dumb shit, let him say dumb shit. That's on him.
Right. Guess what? If he keeps making field goals, he's going to have a job. If Henry Ruggs
and now you know what everybody did? You know what y'all did? And now guess what just happened today? He became the highest, like his jersey fucking sales gone through the fucking roof. He became he's like the highest selling jersey. You know what I mean? Because people are like so you have the severe left people who are thinking, you know what I mean? That oh shit, fuck this guy. Then he hurt our feelings. Then you got the people on the severe right who are like, oh no, fuck them and fuck your fucking feelings. We support everything this guy said. You're not gonna tear this guy down. So we're gonna go out and buy his fucking uniform. And then you got people like myself who are like, who gives a shit? Like there's plenty of the world's not black and white. It's fucking plenty of fucking gray in the fucking world here. Like, absolutely. You know what I mean? Let's live in the fucking, you know what I mean? In your fucking lane, to each his own, man. Who cares? That's what I say.
Yeah.
True
amen
that.
To that.
True that.
It's 100% true. 100% true. Yeah, like first of all, I think we'd be naive to think that one, that no one was aware he had these views. Two, that he's alone in having these views because he obviously isn't, and I doubt he's the only one that lost the room either. Like they have to understand, and
people have those views all over the world, though. People have those views all over the world. You know what I mean?
All over the world. Right. Yeah. And different religions that have that view. So, like, people have to understand, like you said, that, like, look, we're all in this thing together, and we're all going to have to live with each other. So, trying to cancel people and all of this, it's just a waste of time. You know, and I guarantee you. Well, thank you.
And what instead of trying,
I don't let it go to my head. Blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. Okay, just let you know. But no, it's so silly because we go after people for like their Twitter messages that they had when they were 14. That's so stupid.
Yes, I hate that shit too. Stupid.
You go after people for their political views. Bosa had to delete a tweet. I think it was a Trump tweet or something like that for that. And it's just like, why can't you guys just let these people do what they want? Because the very same things that protect you saying what you're saying are the very same things that protect them for saying what they're saying. Like, you can't have one without the other. That's just how it works.
Yeah, and 1,000%. I 100% agree. 1,000%. And it's just like, let them be. Like, it's okay. We should stop trying to tear down people just because they think differently than us. You know what I mean? Like, let's find what what people don't realize is we actually have shit more in common with one another than we actually do. Have more in agreement. But I do want to. Yeah, we'll get back to the football, Rob. But I just want to. I mean,
sorry, Robert.
In the public lane, and I always say nobody is tuning into this show just to see me talk politics and shit like that because that's just not who the fuck I am either. But
I'll listen to you now.
You know what I mean? No, I wanted to get that out because it bothers me that people are calling for this guy's job. I don't really care. Yeah. Let him do whatever he wants to do. Kudos to the Chargers. Good control by the Chargers media team when their schedule release of putting his ass in the kitchen because that was fucking funny.
That was so funny.
And people, all the memes and shit that Butker's gonna get, I'm all for it because I love fucking people. I love, that's one thing I'm always is, hey, you're gonna say some shit, people are gonna make fun of you. You got to be okay with it. So
100%.
You know what I mean? So that's just 100%. How
we throw ourselves out here. I can't stop anyone for taking clips of me for everything I've said wrong or anything like that. Like, do you, man? Go for it. I can't stop that. I am as thick-skinned as they come. I have to be, by God. You saw our group text. You have to be. I also have the
let's do 2 more games, Sam.
All right, which week are we in?
Tuning in. Nobody's tuning in to what we talk about politics. I don't even know enough politics, Rob, because I don't fucking care. I just know every time they roll out those 2 old fucks out there, I'm just like, where are the fucking United States of America? And these 2 old fucks are the best that we have. That's my opinion when it comes to fucking politics, really.
Here. I have Lions and Cowboys for week 6.
Yeah, Lions, Cowboys. I got Buck Saints is always a good one. You know, I feel like those are always 2 teams, you know, who fucking hate each other. You know.
Yep. Nope. Totally. Falcons. No, not the Panthers. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Panthers. God dang. They are such
Jets on Monday night would be, you know what I mean? That'll be interesting to see.
That's good division game.
Yeah. We'll get one more in here, and then we'll talk about these our debut stuff.
I'll play the Bills.
Week 7 here. I'm looking through their schedule.
Chiefs and 49ers.
Jets, Steelers. Yeah, rematch of the Super Bowl, right? That's got to be it. That's the most. Yeah, probably so.
Got to be. It's at 3:25 too, not a prime time. You know, not at 7.
Yeah, it's one of them Sunday prime time games. You know what I mean? Those Sunday.
Yeah, the middle of the day, the 3:25. Oh man.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Oh, anytime I see the Panthers on the schedule, I'm like, oh God. Like, what are they going to do?
They're going to be better this year. They'll be better this year.
There's got to be something better than that, because I tell you,
new coach, new general manager. I want to see Bryce Young do well. Like I don't. It's not like he's a guy that I loathe. You know.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't hate him. I never imagined a lot for him because I just. Yeah, I'm a sizeist. I hate size. I hate small quarterbacks. They, we got a few exceptions to that rule, but that doesn't mean like every small quarterback is just absolutely. They should be drafted right away. I just don't. There's something to being tall.
And right now it looks like they made the worst decision.
Yep.
Take C.J. Stroud. In Stroud the way he balled out, but Bryce wasn't set up for. CJ was last year, but Bryce is not really set up for success. You look at a couple of these backs, they're kind of set up, McCarthy in Minnesota set up for success. Caleb's success with the weapons he has. Bo Nix has got some weapons there. Denver. Some of these guys are set up for success. Daniels with having McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. And a couple guys are, they got some weapons.
Absolutely.
The Panthers didn't have any weapons last year. You know what I mean?
No, they sure didn't. And, the way Scott was talking in the group text, he doesn't seem very thrilled about a lot. I was kind of shocked he was talking about Brissett starting over May, and I was like, why?
If I'm the Patriots, I'm probably starting Brissett and then riding it out with Brissett and letting May sit because I think sometimes you put these guys out there and then it kills their confidence and they can never recover because they have either shitty offensive lines, no weapons. Was it David Carr? One of them Carr brothers. David Carr was like that in Texans.
Oh yeah, got destroyed.
Had no old line, just crushed him.
I remember those games because Albert Hainsworth is like gonna eat today, and he ate a lot.
Yeah.
So, but the I just they used to do that. They used to draft guys and let them sit for a year, and now nobody does it anymore. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say Jake Locker. We're still in 19. It's Timberwolves 59, Denver 40. I'm not going to sit here and say Jake Locker was going to be something magnificent or anything like that. But if he sat 2 years, I think he would have been better. And I think we would have been better off with Matt Hasselbeck starting 2 years, personally. But people just want the new stuff out there. They want it now. They got to have it now. If you're drafting a guy in the first round,
he retired. Jake Locker retired early too.
Yeah, him and Wisenhunt did not get along. No, he retired. He lives in his little quiet cabin up in Washington, wants to be left alone. And I don't blame him. He got destroyed, absolutely destroyed with us. It's one of the reasons I think Wisenhunt
he played in Tennessee. I don't think he ever went anyplace else and just up and retired.
I'm out. Yeah,
like,
I can't do this.
You know what I mean?
I'm out. Yeah, I don't blame him. Take your $20 million and have a great life, bud. You deserve it.
Amen to that. Sam, we did so on Monday we had about the Paul Skeens, and so we decided we were going to do a top 10 list, but with just the two of us, we'll just have a conversation about it. But who are some people, whether any sport, to you that you were like, ooh, I can't wait, and it could be even some rookies in the NFL this year. You know, I love Caleb Williams. You know what I mean? Like I do want to see what Caleb's going to do with the Bears, even as a Packers fan. You know, so who are some of your guys that
he can do something
you're anticipated to see, like debuts, like in any sport?
Well, I had one from my memory here, and I had to look up the date because my cousin. The Orlando Magic had drafted this large specimen out of LSU by the name of Shaquille O'Neal, and I remember it was 94, and I was sitting there. I remember this giant person walking out on the court, and not only that, we're talking 12 points, 18 rebounds, and 2 blocks. I mean, the guy was just absolutely monstrous. And I remember thinking as a kid there, like, who's going to stop that guy, you know? I remember Shaquille O'Neal walking out, and I remember my cousin, who was a Orlando Magic fan, was just super pumped. So I remember, like, this is his first game, Sam. I'm like, oh, really? Wow. You know? But that was one I remember. As far as, like, debut of anything coming out – I mean, this Caitlin Clark thing has really taken everything by storm. She is advertised.
First game, 20 points, but did have 10 turnovers. She'll be all right. Yeah, I think you could add Caitlin Clark to that list, like the anticipation, the league. I've been watching. There's a doc, her, Cardosa, and Rice from that's produced by Peyton Manning's Omaha Productions on ESPN Plus. It's pretty good. It's a 4-part series. So, hey, what's up, Rob?
I
appreciate you. So huh?
You have a stalker? Sweet.
What'd you say?
You have a stalker? Sweet.
No. But Caitlin's definitely, to me, the one that comes to mind, a debut as a well, not even kid, but the anticipation to see LeBron, this number 1 overall pick coming out of Ohio. That was 2003. So I was still in high school at that point in time. But like LeBron, you know, his debut, to see what he was going to do. Mark Pryor in baseball. As well, this young kid, coming to pitch for the Cubs, was up there. So,
Michael Jordan playing for the White Sox. I remember that when I was younger.
Yeah,
I remember he had retired, and here he's going to go play baseball, and I was like, "What?" Like, and there he goes out to the mound and everything like that. I'm trying to think of more. Marcus Mariota had a very good first game. Him and Jameis Winston, the 2 first-round quarterbacks going at each other, and Marcus decided to go off, and then we never heard from him again. No, we heard a little bit, but nothing much. I remember that. I remember,
Peyton Manning's debut, not that, like, and they don't have to have a good debut. Just guys
No,
that
they
you
don't
were
have to-
like,
right, the aura
You know what
of
I
them
mean?
coming out. Yeah,
yeah, Peyton
Yeah.
Manning, I believe. Yes, Scott Rosberg. I remember his debut is much like highly anticipated as Paul Skeens.
There we go. Scotty's in here.
Yes,
Steven
Rosberg. You could
Steven
add Bryce Harper to that list as well. You know what I mean? I feel like baseball has a little bit more, maybe because they're in the minor leagues a little bit longer, so they kind of build up a reputation as far as a guy. Oh, this guy's going to be the next guy. You know what I mean? Bryce Harper.
Right.
Allen, that's what. Yeah, he had the anticipation of him as well. So
I don't remember his debut. No, I don't remember his debut. I remember hearing about it from my dad because my dad's a Braves fan. But David Justice, he always loved him some David Justice. And I don't remember anything else, but I remember my dad going, "This guy's awesome."
King Griffey Jr. You could add King Griffey.
You could add King Griffey Jr.
You got to play with his dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. But I can't. Boy, I wish I was kind of there to see more legendary people. It seems like we have a lot of these legendary guys from the late 70s and 80s that all these people get to see. I just wonder if
I think a lot of people anticipated, Magic Johnson, what he was going to look like as well. So,
totally.
It really wasn't his debut, but it was
Did Jordan have a lot of buzz when he was coming out of Carolina?
A little bit, not quite as like you know what I mean. He was the number 3 overall pick, so number 3 because number 1, number 2 was Sam Bowie. So like people were Ant's down, he's holding his back. This is
sheesh. So, and it's 66-42. Ew. Oh boy. That's hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt bad.
He's holding his back.
Yeah, he's in pain.
Is he gonna? They're gonna get him up. He's still caught a timeout. Ooh, this may not be too good here.
No, here's a. I don't want to talk about Andrew Luck, Alan. He hurts my feelings. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, Luck's another guy. So
I was never so angry.
I think that was his second year stat, Jordan, not his rookie year. He was rookie year, he won rookie of the year.
Oh, geez.
I think it was his second or third year he missed 60 games. And because in the documentary, he talked about it, and then like they were trying to make the playoffs, and they were trying to like limit his minutes, and then finally he's like, fuck that, stop giving me these minute restrictions. I just want to go out and play. So but
Go
yeah.
figure.
So.
Anyway, but the I remember the Manning versus Manning, not like them debuting, but that was the game debuting. Was both of them seeing each other across the field for the first time, and they both just nodded at each other, and that was it. I remember being like, well, we're about to have ourselves a show. Didn't end up being much of one because the Giants weren't that good, but what can you say?
And it wasn't like his pro debut, I guess, but like his first kind of like start, really. Aaron Rodgers, really, like you know what I mean? Like they had booted this kid out. Because unlike we never even saw him start. Like we saw Jordan Love kind of start at least I think one game before Rodgers left, but like that kind of the Brett Favre situation, how that happens. So
I remember
Zeke had a lot of hype.
I remember the NFL channel starting, and Rich Eisen had hair. I remember that because people turned it off. Welcome to 24. It was all the hair on. Yeah, he did.
Well, Sam, let me ask you before we get out of here, who's winning tomorrow night? So it looks like Nuggets Mavs are going to 7. Who's winning? Who's winning tomorrow night's game? In the NBA, is it going to force? Yeah, Messi's debut, Scott. That's a good one. Over here in the MLS, forcing Game 7 tomorrow night, Sam.
The Pacers are going to win tomorrow. I'll tell you that. As for, is there another one? You were kind of going in and out there. I didn't hear if there was another. Is there another?
Yeah,
game?
sorry. And then Game 7, Nuggets. Well, I believe it's Saturday or Sunday. Let me tell you. Okay, so all right, we're just gonna go through them real quick here. Ooh,
okay.
Just on his back, in midair. He kind of got fouled by Porter. Comes down, lands hard. He'll be all right.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, did get up though. Did get up.
Oh,
that's gonna hurt in the morning. It's gonna hurt in the morning. He's gonna stay to the game. He's gonna shoot his free throws.
Okay, let me see.
All right, so let me ask you: Pacers, they force Game 7 or not tomorrow night?
They will. They will force a Game 7. I just pray to God they can beat the Knicks in their own house.
All right, Saturday, can Dallas up 3 games? They close it out or not?
Thunder versus Mavs, and you said they're up 3 games?
Yep, 3-2.
If Luka's worth, I mean, we talked about
home Game 6.
Right. Thunder's a nice young team, but I think the experience with the Mavs have and Luka and all that will take care of it. I think they'll take care of it.
I agree. I said Mavs in 6. I'm sticking with it. Mavs should close it out tomorrow night or Saturday night. All right. So Game 7s. If Pacers win tomorrow night, it's Game 7 Sunday. Nuggets Game 7 Sunday. If they lose this game, which it looks like they're going to, who's winning both Game 7s on Sunday, Sam?
Okay. Nuggets are definitely going to win. They're not going to. This is just a slip up. They're going to win the series. Knicks and Pacers. You know what? Fine. I'll be the homer. I think the Pacers are going to win it. I think the Knicks are too injured. That's what I think.
I said Knicks in 7, and I got the Nuggets in 7, baby. Let's go.
That's perfectly fine. The Knicks probably will win it in retrospect, but I don't know. I'm a new NBA fan. I guess I should go rah, 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 Pacers all the way.
You can root for your team. What Pacer jersey you got on there?
Oh, this is a custom one. Yeah. This is going to sound really –
jersey.
Well, yeah, kind of. This is you're going to make fun of me, but that's just all there is to it. There's no stopping you. So when I played high school sports, anytime I made a play, they said, "Well, there's old Sammy Game Time making plays out there." And sometimes it was used mockingly, and sometimes it was used like, "Hey, he's making plays." So it is Game Time written on the back of the Pacers jersey. So. Yeah.
Okay.
I love that I get to load the clip up for you before you shoot me with it. Here, use this. But,
All right, Mr. All right.
It hurts. It hurts so bad. It hurts.
Any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
Yeah. I know we got off a little bit of tangent there, but I think it's good and healthy to see that we have other thoughts other than sports every once in a while. Let's see. Yeah. Sam, bring the Pacers to Boston if you're ready for some real competition. Okay. Yeah. Scott, I just want to beat the Knicks right now. That's all I want. I hate them.
I feel like this guy Boston's supposed to get to the final. They're supposed to. Now, will they? We don't know, but they're supposed to.
Alan and I have got Talk Wrestling tomorrow night, and then I've got Fanboys Unleashed with Bradley, hopefully, on Sunday, where we're going to talk the schedule, what games we like, all the stuff you hate, and Tyler Boyd. So that's what we're working on as far as that. What about you? Haymakers and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so we did head kicks and haymakers last night. We talked St. Louis card in the Fury Usyk on Saturday fight. We talked that last night. So please check that out. And then I have the Bodkin show, 7 o'clock Central, 8 Eastern. Guest TBD right now.
Oh,
TBD on the guest.
You're going to get somebody. You're going to get somebody.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
So,
I think.
Other than that, we'll be back, and hopefully the rest of the gang will be back Monday at 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern. We'll talk with Jim Berringer. Jim's out there breaking NBA news now, so we'll talk to him about that, along with hockey and some wrestling news. And then obviously we'll talk baseball with Jonathan Grisham. So this game is over. It's 74-48. I don't foresee the Nuggets coming back to sit everybody and say, hey, we'll take our ass beaten and go home. See you Game 7. So lots of sports this weekend. We got the baseball. We're going to have the playoffs, a couple Game 7s. Plus,
I'm fighting the Twins tomorrow. Guardians at Twins tomorrow. So
yeah, lost to the fucking Pirates today. So fuck that. All right. Now, tell a friend, folks. Like, subscribe, share. We'll catch you Monday night. Please tune into everything else. Like, subscribe, share. That outro. Have a weekend, folks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for joining us, and until next time, let's talk sport, friends.